Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm really excited to talk to you about some things that I could have lived without. So Grayson is currently 6 months old and I feel like I have a good idea of some of the things we bought or were gifted that we didn't really need. Towards the end of this video, I will also talk about a few honorable mentions that didn't quite make the cut, but hopefully it'll help you make some good decisions regarding what you're going to buy for your little one if you're expecting your first. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so the first thing that we bought a lot of that we did not use at all were baby shoes. So Grayson is now 6 months old, as I mentioned before, and we are just now to the point where we put baby shoes on him to go out. So it's really unfortunate. We have probably 10 pairs of shoes. I know it's super excessive. We probably have 10 pairs of shoes that just went straight into storage. He never wore. They're super cute, but they're too small already. So I would recommend waiting several months before you buy your kiddo baby shoes. So the next thing is another clothing item. So mittens. These are pretty controversial, but I will just say these are not going to stay on their little hands when they're so little. The elastic in here is very thin and it's really easy for them to get them off their little hands, and they're not even like trying to do it when they're little, but they're gonna rub on their face. It's not worth it. Just put socks on their hands. Those work fabulously. Or you can get the little sleeper onesies that have the attached like sleeve mittens. Those work really great as well. But I personally would just recommend socks. You're gonna buy socks anyway for their little feet. So the socks will work just as great for their hands. So sorry mittens, you're super cute, but you don't really work that great. Next thing, so this applies to Grayson because he was a winter baby. Short sleeve onesies. So this is more to say buy clothes and you really need to think about what time of season it is or what time of year it is. So we got a lot of outfits for Grayson and we were gifted a lot of outfits that had short sleeve onesies, and it was really cold when he was little, so he didn't wear a ton of short sleeve onesies, and if he wore a short sleeve onesie then he also had to wear a jacket, and putting a jacket on a newborn is kind of a pain. So just be very thoughtful about the fact that you need to buy for whatever season it's going to be. So we had a ton of short sleeve onesies for when he was very little that didn't get used. All right, so the next thing, this is a little car seat insert. It came with also like the strap covers that go over the strap so it's more comfortable for them in the car seat. So I purchased this as a set well before I knew that you're actually not supposed to put anything in the car seat that did not come with the car seat. So it's really important that you don't use just random things that you buy at the store and put in the car seat. The car seats are designed to be the most safe possible, and they're going to be the most effective with whatever comes with the car seat. So I wish I didn't buy this because we haven't really used it. Next item. So this is a pillow that is supposed to help maintain the shape of their head. So when they're little, they have a soft head. They've got a soft spot in the back and they've got a soft spot in the front. And because they're little, they can't roll over yet. They don't do, they do tummy time, but they don't like sleep on their bellies. So I bought this pillow to help Grayson from getting a big flat spot on the back of his head. And it wasn't really necessary, and here's why. So this pillow actually balled up like his little, I don't know, just like balled up little pieces of fabric, and it got caught in his hair and it was really hard to get out. So there's that. Also, he would kind of like wiggle off of it in the crib. And I just felt like it was more of a hassle than it was worth. Grayson has a perfectly beautiful round head. Once they reach a certain point, usually like 4 or 5 months old, they can start to roll over. And as long as you make sure that they do sufficient tummy time, and they're not always just laying on their back, they're probably not going to get a super flat head. So kind of waste of money. Next item. This is going to be controversial. The Boppy Pillow. So the Boppy Pillow actually has a lot of different uses. I just did not get in the habit of using it for anything. So this is to help support mommies who are breastfeeding. So you can wrap it around this way and lay the baby here. You can wrap it around this way and lay the baby here. In theory, it's really great. You can also use this for tummy time to help them sit up. We just didn't really get in the habit of using it. This one, I would say if you're watching this, this would probably be the one thing that like maybe for my next kid, I'll maybe use more if I've got it in my mind. We just kind of put it in his closet and never really needed it. I was more comfortable breastfeeding, just like holding him in my arm. I didn't really need the support of a specific pillow. And I kind of felt like, it's hard to explain, but this is like very round right here. So when I did have it like this, he kind of like sunk into the crack here between me and the pillow instead of like being at level. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's not like he like sat up on top of it. He kind of would sink into the crack. Maybe that's user error. I don't know. But I just did not find myself using it very much. We used it a couple times for him for tummy time, but I don't know. It just didn't work out super well for us. So there's plenty of different things you can use for breastfeeding support, for tummy time, for sitting up, all of those other things. You can find different ways to help you be supportive in that. So I didn't really use the Boppy Pillow. Obviously I'm gonna have to keep all of these things for my future children, so we'll see if I use it on my next kid. Okay, so next item, baby shampoo. So when they're little, it's really just easiest to use a shampoo body wash combo, which a lot of the products are. They usually don't come out with a baby shampoo. It's very easy to find shampoo body wash combos. It's just so much easier to do and to use than a shampoo. So definitely not going to use a shampoo until he's old enough, until they have like the super cute fancy like themed shampoos that kids get excited about. But until then, I mean, he's still a baby. We probably won't use shampoo for another 6 months at least. So no need to buy shampoo, just buy a body wash shampoo combo. All right, next thing is baby powder. So obviously this is really cheap and expensive. We put it on a registry and I didn't know that actually, and correct me if I'm wrong, but through my research after having Grayson, I found that they do not actually recommend that you use baby powder anymore. So this is still sealed in the container. You know what, Josh could probably use it instead of Gold Bond. We might try that for him so we can use it. But I read that they do not actually recommend baby powder anymore for babies. They recommend to use a butt paste or something like that. Okay, so those are the only things that I would not buy again, and I thought we could live without. There's a couple of honorable mentions. So the first honorable mention would be changing pad covers. So these are just the covers that go on top of your changing pad so that it looks more cohesive and cute and matches your baby's room. So the reason why I wouldn't necessarily buy them again is because, especially at the beginning, Grayson peed a lot. and we had a lot of messes. So at the beginning, so we have 2 changing pad covers, and at the beginning, most of the time they were both dirty. It could literally be a 1-day period and he would have dirtied both of them. We've actually already had to replace our changing pad itself because at the beginning he peed on it so many times and it kind of just seeps into it. So also babies poop a lot, they have blowouts, and until they're a little bit better about making messes all over the place, you probably don't even need a changing pad cover. Just a little. They're not expensive, but it would just save you a little bit of money not to use those. Okay, the next thing I have, it's an honorable mention. We have it now. We will use it for our next kid, but I think there are cheaper options out there. So this is the Snuggle Me Organic, and it's technically branded as a co-sleeper. So it's got this nice pillow outside and then the inside is just hollow and the baby sleeps in here. So we did use this, but it's $130. So that's pretty expensive. And I feel like there's a lot cheaper options out there of things that do the same thing. Grayson was 9.5 pounds, as I talk about all the time, and he did not fit into this for very long comfortably. I would say the first 3 months or so we used it on a somewhat consistent basis, but I'll be honest, I kind of stopped using it because he would pee through his diaper literally every time he slept in it. So we use this at the beginning for him for naps because when they're newborn, they nap all the time. And I wasn't super concerned about him like napping in the crib because I wanted him to be next to me. So he would nap in this. And I am not kidding when I say every single time he napped in this, he would pee through his diaper. And excuse me, obviously we'd have to wash the cover and that kind of thing. It is nice because the cover is removable, but I would kind of assume that they would have that since baby stuff needs to be washed very frequently. So I just think that if you're gonna spend money on something like this, spend your money on something a lot less expensive. It's gonna get the same job done. Baby's still gonna be able to sleep in it. Yeah, I don't know. I liked it fine, but if I could go back, I would buy maybe a $30 one that maybe is a Walmart brand or an off brand. Maybe it's not quite as nice, but it'll still get the job done. So I would definitely recommend going that route. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the Mamaroo swing. So I've got it sitting over here. I'm not going to pick it up and show you. The Mamaroo swing runs $220. We did get ours on sale because we used our registry discount when it was not purchased on our registry. So we got 20% off, I think, on it. And it was still like $170. It happened to, the price happened to drop when I bought it. So it's like $170. So I will say, we did like the Mamaroo. It's really cool. It plays music. You can do different swing variations with it. It's nice, right? With that being said, Grayson is not picky about his swings. So at daycare, they've got like a really inexpensive swing and he's in it pretty much every day when I go to pick him up, just chilling. So for my baby in particular, he would have been fine with a $60 swing. And it wouldn't have had to be like this big name brand thing. So will we use the Mamaroo for our next kid? Yeah, we've already got it. If I could go back, I would have bought a cheaper swing for Grayson and we would have been just fine with that. Okay guys, so those are the baby items that we could have lived without. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye.